Hello, CountSack here, back with another Minecraft video. And today I am doing another 2x2 ascending door. And now it's very compact, as you can see. I actually, before, my previous smallest one that I did was beaten by SacredRedstone. Yeah, very good redstoner right there. He beat me pretty dang good. Although in the snapshot, now I have gotten my record back. So it's very compact, and let's actually see the opening and closing. And there's a opening, closing, opening. Now you do need to pause a bit because if you open it a little too early, it might break. Like if I do this, as you can see, it kind of breaks. But that is a little easy to fix. You just kind of need to, you know, open and close the door again. Close and open the door again. Although if you spam it, obviously it kind of breaks. It kind of breaks because it's kind of difficult to fix. Well, not too difficult. It's kind of, you just need to move some blocks around. So yeah. Let's actually get into the dimensions of this thing. It is 8 long by 10 tall, which is simple math, 80 blocks. If I messed that up, I would laugh. So yeah, it's pretty quick too. So let's actually get into the tutorial. Okay, for this tutorial, you're gonna need these items. I don't know if these are accurate, but all I can say is that that is the stuff you need. So let's actually get into building it. So now I'm gonna try to go a little slow but not too fast. A little slow but not too fast. Okay. So first of all, you're gonna place 2 blocks like so. These are gonna be visible, so I recommend that they actually match your door frame or something. I don't know, just something that's gonna be your door block. So yeah, let's actually just place 2 rows of 2 sticky pistons like so. And then over here, you're going to want to do is place 2 rows of 2 sticky pistons. Very simple. That is your whole entire setup. So now let's actually get into the opening, into the closing of this thing. So now you're going to place a block right here, a lever on it, that's where your lever is going to go. So then, right here, you're going to place a sticky piston facing downward with a block on top of it. Make sure it's a solid block, not like glass or a glowstone or a half slab. Make sure it's actually a block that can be powered. So then place another torch right there and place an observer block facing in this direction. Make sure it gives an output in this direction. That is actually very important, because if it does not, this piston wouldn't be going well with how this thing ends up. So yeah, so that is your whole entire closing. There you go. And let's reset that. And now for your opening, what you're going to want to do, it might be a little easier to close this. So there you go. You close it, place a block right next to this torch. I'll do the other side later. Then place redstone dust like so. And right next to that, you're going to, well, maybe I'll do it. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is on top, place an observer. Make sure the output is this way. Then place a half slab on next to this piston, a sticky piston, and then place a 4-tick repeater with a block on its face. Then go down like so with a redstone dust like so. Then what you're gonna want to do is place a sticky piston with a redstone block. Then place another sticky piston with a redstone block. Then just mirror it on the other side. Place a half slab with a 4-tick repeater, block. So yeah, there you go. Now let's get into the double extender itself. I'm very proud of this one. I will say it right now. I'm very proud of this. So then what you're going to want to do is place a block like so, with a redstone dust on top, an observer facing downward with a block on it, right under it, and then a 2-tick repeater right on top. And just copy the same exact thing on like so. And that is your whole entire door. See the opening? There you go. So let me get into the explanation. Okay, so basically these are the wires of each circuit. So I'm gonna tell you, the yellow circuit is your closing, your green is timing stuff, so it pretty much, I guess it's extra moves. And then your blue circuit is your double piston extender. So the closing is very simple. When you flick this block, the observer detects that this is getting powered, and then it gives a 1-tick pulse to this block. But since this block the block gets powered with a 1-tick pulse, and then gives a 1-tick pulse to this piston, and then it spits out like the block like so. But also when I flick this lever, this piston extends, which updates this piston and this sticky piston. So then they both extend, and since as I explained, this block is spit down here, these pistons would extend the door like so. There you go. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. These are your door blocks, by the way. Okay, now this stuff. Okay, I would like to explain this last, but all I'm just gonna say is basically the circuit. Ah, dang it! I have to explain this one first. So, basically, I don't need it. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Basically, if you give this a 1-tick pulse twice, it will do your extension, and then it would retract. Yeah. So basically, that's what it does. It gives one 1-tick pulse and then another 1-tick pulse. The first 1-tick pulse is generated from this. So as you can tell, this goes down, but as you can see, nothing happens yet. So when this retracts, it does a 1-tick pulse. And then what happens is that, and then after some time, this 4-tick will go power this. It would extend and retract. Now, as you may know, this alone, this one will only move if this one retracts up. So basically, every other piston extension, I guess you could say. And what happens is that, well, just very simple. It's just very simple. It does the first one is that it retracts here, but then after 4-tick delay, it powers it and then it retracts. Because remember, this is an observer block. It doesn't like power it. It actually gives a pulse. So yeah, it gives a pulse to this, and then it gives a 4-tick pulse to here, extends, retracts, then this retracts, doing both of them. So let's actually see that in action. Actually, this has to be. It's actually not doing a very good job at explaining what it's supposed to be doing, but oh, what is happening? I know what's happening. Okay, it's basically that okay, what was happening right there was that this was not being updated. Okay, it's basically, so I actually did need this normal piston right here because it actually updates the thing. Because okay, so when this retracts, this also updates this piston, retracting it, and then this ends up retracting, and then after some time, this goes back down here, does its extensor retract, and does 2 pulses. I was a little worried there that it was a little locational problem. Okay, so it's pretty much almost the same exact idea for this one, except this one just uses the observer as the input, because I needed to get to both sides, obviously. So yeah, that's the basic idea. It does the same exact thing, except it's a 1-tick pulse, and yeah, very simple. now to this thing. I am very proud of this one. I am very glad of it. So, this is the old one. Yeah, this one is, it works some places, but it's kind of big in size because it needs like, it's 5 wide. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So basically, what would happen if it would do is this. If you give it a 1-tick pulse, it first does the piston extension and retracts this, and then when you power it again, it retracts everything all together. So basically, that is now compacted into a 3x3. Well, if you don't include this block, then it becomes, well, actually, yeah, it's 3x3. So it now becomes 3x3. I really love this thing. So it does the same function. So what happens? What happens here? It's a little, probably since observers are new, it's kind of a little confusing. So the first thing that happens when this, you don't even actually really even, well, it's just a lot easier to do 1-tick pulses on this. So what happens is when you give a 1-tick pulse, the observer notices that it gets powered. So it ends up giving a 1-tick pulse and making it do this. But after this many ticks, it gives a 2-tick pulse, tracks. Then on the second pulse, it actually, once again, the observer notices that this gets powered. So then it 1-tick pulse that and then does that. Very simple circuit, and I quite love it, although it doesn't work very often because you notice how if you wanted to make it sideways like this, you can't really do it. It's not going to be seamless. So unfortunately, it only works in a scenario where it's located on the side, although I highly doubt that would appear much indoors. Although it's a very nice circuit, it's very compact when you can use it. So whenever I get the chance, I would actually love to use it. Yeah, I love this circuit very much. It's amazing. So yeah, I would actually like to say thank you for watching. Well, I like to say thank you to Sacred. Sure, things can be beaten, but it's like, well, every once in a while we just end up losing our records. So yeah, like with EXO, I lost my 5x5 slime block door record to him. But right now then eventually now I see I decided, hey, maybe I can compact it now with some new mechanics. So here it is, and now it fully works, and I really love it a lot. So yeah, that's about it for now. So thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.